there, and welcome back to another Mordheim video. So, after we finished the guides for the Henchman of the Skaven Warband, I now want to talk about the first hero in the Skaven Warband, the Night Runner. The Night Runner for me always was the hero that stood out the most, who really showed how the Skaven Warband was supposed to be played, what his strengths and weaknesses were, and how it was supposed to be function. The Night Runner is exactly like most Skaven are. He is really squishy, not that strong, but has an incredible high agility rating and alertness. He's quick, he gets out of the way of harm by dodging, but he's not that strong, he won't hit that hard. So, looking at his stat line, there are two different ways you can play one of these heroes. You can either play him as a ranged unit, which is what I do in most cases. Not every time. This guy, for example, is melee. His weapon skill is 12, which is still pretty good, but that's not the most important part. The way that really defines how you want to play this guy is his accuracy. With the accuracy of up to 15, his crit chance will get really, really high, especially if you support it right, which is what I'm going to be showing you in this video. Essentially, I can get this guy's crit chance up to 60%, which is really high, and will give you a lot of stuns and a lot of nice big crits that will do a lot of damage and kind of compensate for his low strength rating. To do that, we have to take a look at his skills, because they are what makes that possible. First thing you have on pretty much every Skaven is Swarm, which I actually have to go up to rank 2, but he's not completely skilled yet, and I'm kind of saving up money on this Warband at the moment, which will give him 10% more critical hit chance if another Skaven is in combat with this guy, who also has Swarm, which is pretty much everyone in my Warbands usually. So it's not that hard to get that passive proccing. What you usually want to do is tie up the enemy with the warp guards, and then move this guy in from the side and get him to combat and get him to crit the enemy. That's how you usually play him. That he also has the other side death rank 2, which will give him more crit chance if he has Fighting Claws, which is already reflected in this 30% crit rating here. 10% is still quite a lot. Add Swarm to that, you have another 10%, you are at 40%. But there's one more thing you should have, that is Vital Strike, rank 2. This will give you another 20% critical hit chance, which will bring you to around about 60% critical hit chance, which is really damn nice. This is what this character is all about, in my opinion. Getting out those big crits. You would have some more passives and active to support the crit damage, but he's a bit more defensively built in this warband at least. You of course have Sidestep and Prowl, which I pretty much always take on every dodge melee hero I have, because they're just that good. Also the normal Wormenkin. He has also Counter Blow, which is really nice if you want to get some extra damage out. Simply because after you dodged, which will do a lot, because over 90% dodge chance, you will attack as a counter, which is nice. Get some damage in, sometimes finish an enemy off before he can kill you. So yeah, Counter Blow is nice. I also have weak spots to get around those annoying parries and dodge stands of the enemy, which is quite annoying, especially in high level. If you're fighting other Skaven, you can't crit them because you won't hit them. They're just dodging, same as you, so those fights could take a while if both sides have sidestep with over 90% dodge. Every bit counts in that case. Rather, you should also have a look at his inventory, or his equipment. Of course, Fighting Claws, which again, Mark of Speed, more dodge by chance bypass, which is also nice. You could go with Mark of Carnage. I sadly don't have it here on this warband, but you can see it here. Crit damage is really, really nice for this build. He also has light armor, because same reasoning with the Wormenkin. His dodge chance is already really fucking high, and if he gets hit, the light armor will give him at least some defensive skills. You can take pretty much every enchantment for that you want. I have a bit more agility just to even more dodge and movement. But you could also go with something like Mark of Assassins or Mark of Champion for more crit, which is also nice. I usually give them helmets, sometimes pens, depends what I just have on hand. And yeah, this guy has the Mark of Fate simply because, yeah, that's the moment I fucked that warband right off, simply because he is crippled forever and I can't use him anymore. But back to this guy. I also give him pistols as secondary weapons, simply because if he's low on health, he can still shoot decent hit chance. Not high, but it's okay. And that's where the versatility on this guy comes in. You could do pretty much the same build, just swap around those points into this tree, and you have a ranged unit who would pretty much do a very similar thing. He won't get as high because he won't have access to Arducide, Death and Swarm, because he's not in melee, but he can learn, where is it, Vital Shot and Headshot, which are also really nice. Makes him a bit of a ranged support unit. He will still do a lot of damage with Vital Shot, which is same principle as Vital Strike. You can get up to 20% more crit, which is still quite a lot. We got up to 40% roundabout, which is still really nice. And you have Headshot. Headshot is a neat little ability if you get it to rank 2. Which I sadly can't do on this guy because I didn't get this to 15, but he is also a melee guy, so it's fine. Headshot allows you to shoot the enemy, and if you hit them, you will most likely stun them. There is a chance they pass a resistance test and don't get stunned, but in most cases they will get stunned. This costs a lot of offensive points, but you can still shoot them another time. So this is, especially on high ballistic skill, this is really nice, simply because you won't miss that much and you can get some nice stuns out. And reliable stun them, if you really need to. So this guy can be played either way, melee or range, both work. I mostly play them as a melee hero these days, simply because I like the gas rats more. The gas rats are simply better at range because they have the utility in form of the poison globe and the healing globe. But still, both ways work. You could also play him as a bigger ambush guy, what I talked about in the Verminkin video. You could give him all the same skills, give him daggers, and pretty much let him do the same thing. But I like this way better, simply because it's better in sustained combat than the ambush route. So, yeah. Like I said, the Night Runner really represents the strength and weaknesses of a Skaven warband. He's fast, he's agile, not very strong, and has a high crit chance, like most Skaven have. So, this is where I will end this guide. If you have any more questions, ask them right down below in the comment section. And if you like the video, please leave a sub on my channel and leave a comment down below. Until then, have a nice day.